Good morning, students. In previous class, what we were discussed? In previous class, we discussed about Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Is that right? So that is the phylum. So in that various characteristic features, different types of those functions that and all we discussed in previous class. Regarding that regarding that Coelenterata or Cnidaria classes we have to study classes. Okay, classification. Classification of Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Clear? So in previous class we discussed about this Coelenterata classes, different types of classes. First class is going to be class 1. Okay, Hydrozoa. Okay, Hydrozoa. Next, okay, one by one we are going to discuss Hydrozoa. So these Hydrozoa animals are which are present in marine and freshwater. Marine and freshwater animals. So these are marine and freshwater animals. Okay, and these animals which shows the alternation of generation. These animals shows the alternation of generation. Alternation of generation also known as metagenesis. In previous class we studied. Please try to remember. What is mean by metagenesis? Polyp form which converted into medusa form. Polyp which produce the medusa by asexual reproduction. Next, medusa produce the polyp by sexual reproduction. This we are going to see in Obelia. Is that right? So this we are going to call it as alternation of generation or metagenesis. Example in this Hydrozoa, Hydra. Next, Obelia. Next, Physalia. So these are the organisms. Hydra, Obelia, Physalia. These are the organisms which shows the alternation of generation. Okay. Next, class 2. Scyphozoa. Class 2, Scyphozoa. So these are exclusively marine. These animals are exclusively marine animals. Here it is marine as well as the freshwater. Here it is the Hydra, freshwater. Okay, freshwater. Here it is exclusively marine. Okay, so in this they are going to be show medusa form only. Medusa form. Here it is alternation of generation. Polyp form which converted into medusa, medusa form which converted into polyp. Alternation of generation or metagenesis which are going to be shown. Here it is medusa form only which will show. So example, Aurelia, jellyfish. Aurelia, jellyfish. This also we are going to call it as Physalia, Portuguese man of war. Common name, Portuguese man of war. Portuguese man of war. This one we are going to call it as Physalia, Portuguese man of war. Should remember. Okay, that we are going to call it as a Portuguese man of war. Next, if you take this one, Obelia, this also we are going to call it as Seifer. Okay, so this is Hydrozoa class 1, Scyphozoa class 2. Next, another class 3, Anthozoa. Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, Anthozoa. I'll make it like this. Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, Anthozoa. These also exclusively marine. These animals also exclusively, these also marine. Next, these animals which shows the polyp form. Here it is alternation of generation. Here it is only medusa form. Here it is only polyp form. Okay. And here it is one more characteristic feature of Anthozoa is that gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity is made into compartments. Compartments. Vascular cavity is going to be made into compartments that we are going to be observed. So in these examples, Gorgonia, sea fan, common name. Next, Pennatula, sea pen. Okay, Gorgonia, sea fan, Pennatula, sea pen. Okay, next one more example you can able to take it. Okay, Adamsia, sea anemone. Sea anemone. So these are the examples. Classification of Coelenterata or Cnidaria. So in which first class is going to be Hydrozoa, second class Scyphozoa, next class Anthozoa. Okay. First Hydrozoa. These are present in marine as well as the freshwater animals. Alternation of generation, which are going to be seen these Hydrozoa animals. So in previous class we studied polyp form which converted into medusa form. Next medusa form which converted into polyp form. So by asexual and sexual reproduction. So that process is called alternation of generation. So that is going to be seen here. It is Lobelia and Physalia. Next Scyphozoa, exclusively marine, only medusa form, medusaid form. Example Aurelia, jellyfish. Next, here it is Anthozoa, exclusively marine. Here it is only polyform you are going to be observed. So gastrovascular cavity which made into compartments by the septum. Okay. So example you can able to see Gorgonia, Pennatula, Gorgonia sea fan, Pennatula, sea pen, Adamsia, sea anemone. So this and all you can able to see. Clear? And these in this particularly these Physalia which will shows the Physalia which shows the polymorphism. Polymorphism. What is mean by polymorphism? Single same species occurrence of different forms, structure and function. Occurrence of different forms by the same species is called polymorphism. Occurrence of different forms by the same species is called polymorphism. This polymorphism, here it is whatever the so one form to another form, structure and function it is going to be different. Structure and function is going to be different. So such type of form which we are going to call as polymorphism. Physalia is the important organism. So it shows the it is showing the polymorphism. Polymorphism, that is the very important characteristic feature in these animals that you just go through it. Okay. Next one. So with that, with this Coelenterata class is completed. Next we are going to be enter into the another phylum. Another phylum. Okay. Next phylum is going to be Ctenophora. Next phylum is Ctenophora. Okay. So Ctenophora. So these Ctenophora, it is commonly known as comb jellies, comb bearers, sea walnuts, Ctenophora animals. It is commonly known as comb jellies, comb bearers, sea walnuts. Three names: Ctenophora animals, which are comb jellies, comb bearers, sea walnuts. Because of plates, comb-like plates, which we are going to be observed in these organisms. That is the reason why name given like that. Okay, we are going to discuss little ahead. Next, these are exclusively marine. These are exclusively marine animals. These are exclusively marine animals. Okay. Next, if you take first habitat. So this is the habitat first. Exclusively marine is the habitat. Habitat means where organisms which are living. Exclusively marine. Okay. Next, level of organization. Excuse me. Level of organization. So in this level of organization, tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization. What is mean by tissue level of organization? Try to understand, try to remember. See, whatever the cellular grades of organization, in that cellular organization, tissue level of organization, organ level of organization, organ system level of organization, generally we are going to see. So in these cells which are going to be aggregated to form the tissues, these tissues which are going to be shows their body, whatever the tissue level of organization, generally we are going to be observing these organisms. Next, body symmetry. Body symmetry. Body symmetry. These organisms shows the radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. What is mean by radial symmetry? What is mean by radial symmetry? When any plane passing through the central axis of the body, organism's body divided into identical equal halves. That symmetry is called radial symmetry. That symmetry is called radial symmetry. Okay. Next, gem layers. So gem layers. In these organisms, these are diploblastic animals. These are diploblastic animals. So in the diploblastic ectoderm, endoderm, which is going to present ectoderm. Next, endoderm, which is going to be present. So in between mesoglia, which is going to be undifferentiated layer, mesoglia, which is going to be present. So this mesoglia, which contain the amoebocytes. This mesoglia, which consists of amoebocytes. This mesoglia, which consists of amoebocytes. Okay. So this is about general habitat, exclusively marine organisms, level of organization, tissue level of organization. Next, body symmetry, radial symmetry. Next, gem layers are diploblastic, ectoderm which is going to present, endoderm which is present, undifferentiated layer which is going to be present, that is mesoglia, which consists of amoebocytes. Which consists of amoebocytes. Next, we are going to see these particular body form. Body form. So in this external layer of body consist of comb plates. External layer of body which consists of comb plates. These comb plates having These combo plates having ciliated cilia. So ciliated combo plates which are going to be present. Ciliated combo plates. These combo plates which consist of cilia are responsible for that locomotion. Responsible for that locomotion. Responsible for that locomotion. Whatever the body form, external layer of body which consists of combo plates. These combo plates which are having small cilia. These cilia, ciliated combo plates which are going to be involved in locomotion. So these how many combo plates which are going to present? 8 combo plates which are going to present. 8 combo plates which are going to present. We are going to see the diagram of this particular organism. Okay. Then you are able to understand what is the combo plates. If I am going to draw that particular what do we call one of the diagram, particularly Plerobrachia example, you can able to take it. So these are round shaped structures. This is the example Plerobrachia. This is the Plerobrachia. So in these comb plates, if you take, this is the aboral side, that is the oral side. This is the aboral side. Okay, so in this particularly from this region onwards, comb plates. Okay, from here it is. Somewhat big, I'm going to make it in this side. So like these comb plates which are going to present. So totally how many comb plates which are going to present? 8 comb plates. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From this region and from this region, particularly tentacles which are arising from aboral side, tentacles. Okay, so these tentacles which are having small culloblast. What are these? Tentacles. What is the structure of this one? Pleurobrachia. Pleurobrachia. So these we are going to call it as comb plates. Comb plates. Comb plates with cilia. Comb plates with cilia. Clear? Next one on aboral side. This is the entirely on aboral side. Should remember. Next, these we are going to call it as tentacles. Tentacles. Okay, so this is the aboral side. Oral side end, mouth is going to be side is oral side. Opposite side of the oral side is called aboral side. Okay, this is the pleurobrachia. This is the pleurobrachia. How many comb plates which are going to present? 8 comb plates which consist of cilia. What is the function of 8 ciliated comb plates? Ciliated comb plates which are responsible for the locomotion. Locomotion. And next, one more very important characteristic feature is that these tentacles. So I'm going to write here it is. Ciliated comb plates. Ciliated comb plates. 8 in number for locomotion. Locomotion. Next, 2 tentacles which are going to present. 2 tentacles. 2 tentacles are going to present. These tentacles consist of culloblast. Tentacles having culloblast. Colloblast. Okay, colloblast also known as Lasso cells. Lasso cells, which are for attachment, adhesion, attachment or adhesion, adhesive in nature. So these are attachment or adhesive in nature. Okay. Next, what we are going to see next? Very important characteristic feature. Very important characteristic feature of Ctenophora. These are actually transparent animals. Body is going to be transparent. Next, very important characteristic feature is that these organisms which shows the bioluminescence. These organisms which shows the bioluminescence. Organism which emits light. Organism which emits light. This is the very important characteristic feature of Ctenophora. This is the very important characteristic feature of Ctenophora. So bioluminescence, organisms which emits light. Organisms which emits light. That property is called bioluminescence. That property is called bioluminescence. Clear? Next, digestive system. Next, before that, one more. Statocyst. These organisms have statocyst. It is a sense organ. Sense organ. Sense organ. Which maintain while swimming. These are actually swimming organisms. Okay, free swimming organisms. While swimming, equilibrium, maintain equilibrium. Maintain equilibrium. Maintain equilibrium. So this sense organ, statocyst, is going to be sense organ which responsible for that maintaining equilibrium. So see, each and every animal having this type of structure. Suppose if you are going to take human beings, so inner ear which is going to be present, so that inner ear also one of the part responsible for that maintaining the body is going to be in a equilibrium status. Okay, so without moving here and there, how staggered, how people going, drunken people are going to be walk like that. So it is not going to be, we are not going to move like that because of presence of that particular one of the inner ear which contain the particular cochlea, that and all that, which vestibular apparatus which is responsible for that maintaining the equilibrium status. So here also these organisms, statocyst, also one of the sense organ which are responsible for that maintaining equilibrium while swimming, that particular organism. Okay, next, digestion. I'm going to write it, I'm going to make it rub, but I'm going to write another. Okay. Digestion. Next, digestive system. So in this extracellular digestion, and intracellular digestion you can able to observe. Extracellular digestion we can able to observe, and intracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion which is going to be occur in cavity, gastrovascular cavity. Okay, intracellular digestion which is going to be takes place in food vacuoles. Okay, sorry. Extracellular digestion which is going to be takes place in cavity. Okay, what do we call a special cavity, gastrovascular cavity, and intracellular digestion which takes place in food vacuoles. Next, so these organisms, there is no special respiratory, circulatory and nervous system. So no any special circulatory and circulatory and nervous system. There is no any special systems which are not going to be present in these organisms. And skeleton also which is going to be not present. Skeleton also which is not going to be present. And if you comes to that reproduction, that particular organisms, in these organisms, particularly one more thing is that, so of course nervous system is not there, but anyhow a special diffuse diffuse nerves diffuse nerves are present. Diffuse nerves which are going to be present. Diffuse, how exactly Nidaria coelenterata which consists of nerve net. So these organisms also which consist of diffuse nerves which are going to be present. Diffuse nerves which are going to be present. Next, if you comes to that reproduction. So reproduction, these organisms are hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites means these single organism which consist of male and female reproductive systems. So thereby, so in these organisms, sexual reproduction takes place. Sexual reproduction takes place. Sexual reproduction takes place in these organisms. Sexual reproduction takes place. Next, fertilization. These are which are exclusively marine. So external fertilization takes place. External fertilization takes place. External fertilization takes place. Next, here it is. Development is indirect development. Indirect development. Indirect development. Okay. So in this larval form, cediped larva. Cediped larva. Cediped larva. Okay. Cediped larva. Next, if you are going to be the examples regarding these animals, particularly Ctenophora. Examples. Here it is already I wrote Plerobrachia. Next, Ctenoplana. Ctenoplana. Okay. Next, Harmifora. System. Biroi. So these are the particularly you can able to see the animals. Okay. Sea gooseberry, sea walnut. This one sea gooseberry. Okay. So this is the sea walnut. Common names. Okay. So this is about simply Ctenophora. This is about simply you just go through the examples. Very important. Plerobrachia, Ctenoplana, Harmifora, System Biroi. System Biroi. So this is going to be about a small phylum. This is the very small phylum. You just go through it. Very important characteristic features we are going to be observed in these Ctenophora. Okay. So in next class we are going to discuss about another phylum, that is going to be Platyhelminthes. Okay. Thank you.